Y'all, I got a question. When we, as the people of Yisrael, the melanated people of the book, when we start talking about manifestation, manifesting things, what are we really talking about? What are we really saying? Are we referring to manifestation in terms of actualizing or receiving those things that we are believing for based on faith or amunah? Is that what we're talking about when we refer to manifestation? Receiving those things that we are believing for based on faith, amunah. And if that's the case, because I think that's how we're generally using the terminology, but are we talking to Yahuwah about what we're hoping for, believing in? Are we talking to Yahuwah about his ultimate will for us? Now, yeah, we know that without amunah, without faith, it is impossible to please him. We also know that according to Matthew 9:29, according to our amunah, our faith, be it unto us. But we also know that scripture tells us that things have to be in accordance with his will. Even Yahusha, as he faced his physical demise, which was a spiritual elevation, while on the crucifix, on the cross, before the cross, I should say, before the cross, as he was talking to the Most High about that next event, that death, he ended his whole prayer, his confession to the Most High of what he was going through. He ended that with, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. So all of these things that we're hoping for as manifestations or possible manifestations, are we consulting the Most High regarding his will for things? Or are we so determined to have things manifest that we're willing to even go against the Most High in order to receive that manifestation? And what does going against the Most High possibly look like? It could look like believing in some other mighty one, some other spiritual system than that which the scriptures mandate. For example, a lot of us talk about synchronicities, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, about these repeated numbers and so forth. I'm not gonna lie, I'm aware of all of that, the numerology portion and so forth. And many people will use the Bible as support for various numbers and the understanding and uses of certain numbers. I'm not an expert on all of that. I'm not well studied in all of that. That's not a major focus that the Most High has given me right now. But what I do put into question before the assembly or the assemblies of us who look at these things is this. As we see these different number systems and number patterns, who has defined what these numbers mean? Do these numbers come from the scriptures? Does it come from the voice, or do they come from the voice of the Most High, Yahusha, in other words? So when we're seeing repeated numbers, 333, 222, 444, 555, all of these different things, and I do know that Strong's Concordance, has some references to some of this and all. I see it. I mean, I've looked at some of it, no lie. But where's this coming from? Is this something perhaps that is counter the Most High, a counter current? Because as we know, the enemy also tries to superimpose his system or its system on that of the Most High system. So what are we really looking at? What are we really studying? What are we really believing in? What are we really putting our amunah, our faith in? And I'm not trying to rattle anybody's beliefs, but I'm really challenging my own and perhaps somebody else's who's questioning this stuff. Are we really rooted solidly in the word unwaveringly, as the scriptures tell us, because there are many devices that would throw us off and attempt to distract us. So again, not saying that you're distracted, not saying that I'm distracted, but I am considering distractions, the possibility of being distracted. And I believe that is why Scripture tells us basically to just pray unceasingly, without ceasing, because it's easy to walk in error. It's easy to get caught up in some stuff that perhaps we should not. So I'm just putting that out there. And especially when we consider the book of Enoch and the different things that were presented to us, that we were taught that technically were secrets in the beginning, that others went against the Most High, the fallen angels went against the Most High to present to the Most High's creation. You know, the enemy works in that stuff. So I don't know, but I'm putting that out there. It's just a challenge. It is a challenge. And I'm looking at my scriptures. If you see me looking away, I'm just thinking, are we following the book as we ought to? So I'm just making a commitment to just stay deeper in these scriptures. And if I find support for these other systems like the numbers and all that, okay, if scripture supports it, I support it. But my faith is built on nothing less than the Most High's word. The old hymn used to go, my faith is built on nothing less than Yahusha's blood. They use the other term. And righteousness. It goes on to say, I dare not trust the sweetest frame. We can look at the frame as being that, because that's a type of frame, especially for us as gentlemen who look at the physique of a woman, or even for women who look at the physique of men. So I dare not trust the sweetest frame, or the frame could be sweet words, or sweet ideologies, sweet philosophies that tend to tickle our ears or support what we deeply desire to believe within our hearts. You know, the heart, that thing that is considered very wicked indeed. Yeah, I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly, W-H-O-L-L-Y, lean on Yahusha's name. And who and what is Yahusha? The Word. The Most High's voice, the Word. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm praying the Most High's safety for all of us as the subtlety of the enemy is being considered, because that's what I'm really looking at, is the possible subtle maneuverings of the enemy in all of our lives and the stuff that we deal with every single day. In Yahusha's name, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. No weapon that's formed against us shall prosper. Not even the weapon of subtle maneuverings that could somehow subtly alter how we think and how we believe and move and in what we place our faith. In Yahusha's name, I pray, Allah Yahuwah, Allah Yahuwah, so be it, and so it is.